Hey my everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you would like to get notified anytime that new reads are being posted, please feel free to subscribe and also hit that notification bell anytime that new reads are being posted so that you can get notified, okay? This read is going to be for Gemini. I'm seeing that the ego within the spirit of true self is seeking security in your style and the way in which you do things. And I'm also seeing that the spirit of true self is trying to send you some messages during the cycle of this read. The first energy that I'm seeing is speaking out. So if the speaking out energy, it's spirit saying that you have a voice. So let it be released and express yourself frankly. I'm also seeing the bison totem energy. With the bison totem energy, I'm seeing the message that spirit is saying, life is showering you with its abundance. So speak out, life is showering you with its abundance. And I'm also seeing the Mother Earth energy, where spirit is saying to forge a new alliance with nature. So forging a new alliance because life is showering you with abundance. You know, you get this reassurance out in nature, and that's definitely where you can speak your true self. I am seeing that this message is coming through as not spam. And during the cycle of this read, I'm just seeing that the spirit is saying that this is legit, it's genuine, it's a genuine message, you know, that spirit of true self is trying to send you, even as ego may be seeking security in the style and way in which you do things, okay? So I'm seeing that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self some lessons with the western and eastern wind, as well as some southwestern wind. So I'm going to start with the southwestern wind specifically because anything that has to do with southwestern wind has to do with the process of power, and that strongly involves the planet Jupiter. Jupiter goes through an orbital cycle every 11 years. And Jupiter influences prosperity, growth, good fortune, and favor. So specifically with this southwestern wind, seeing that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about the process of power in regard to earthquakes. So natural occurrences, especially with that Mother Earth energy, saying to form new alliances in nature because it's necessary, especially as the soul is teaching the spirit of true self lessons about the process of power with the southwestern wind regarding earthquakes. In addition to that, I'm also seeing some western wind. So with the western wind, I'm seeing that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about the process of rain. So clearly intertwined, there are some weather conditions that are also involved strongly with what's going on during the cycle of the read, and you're learning some lessons, okay? Then I'm also seeing some eastern wind. So the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about perception in regard to dark alleys. So I am also seeing that hammer energy come through during the cycle of this read. It's showing that maybe there was some sabotage for things to be rebuilt. I can see that. Some persistence, working on things and repairing things, okay? I'm also seeing the runner energy. So with the runner energy, there is some energy that may resonate with like a fear of intimacy, a fear of like connection or being abandoned. Someone may be running away from intensity, letting go, going through some type of turmoil or fleeting. So take it as it resonates, okay? Then I'm also seeing the passion energy. With the passion energy, I'm seeing like really strong chemistry, sparks, having fun, having an interest and a burning desire. This could all be in regard to like a personal relationship or something, or it could have to do with your relationship with Mother Earth, or you being in tune with your higher self, okay? Being balanced in your passions in life and balancing that out with your spiritual awareness and prioritizing the wellness of your soul. So then to bring it all full circle, I'm seeing the butterfly energy. With the butterfly energy, there is a frequency of evolution and growth. Like I said, with that southwestern wind, where you're learning, or the spirit of true self is learning lessons about the process of power, specifically in regard to some weather, right? With that Jupiter energy when it comes to growth in the next phase that you're coming into in your life. Healing inner childhood wounds and releasing traumas from the past. So I'm also seeing the emotions that are associated with this overall read are for you to feel at ease. There's someone that's sending a message like, I really need the strength and the right words to say this, or you could be feeling that way, like you need to tell someone that you need to have the right words to say it to them for you to feel clever. I'm seeing someone that is like in their own zone, so this could be like you focusing on yourself. I'm also seeing that you may be like over something, like you're tired of doing things a certain type of way, which could, you know, have to do with that runner energy, that hammer energy, you know, like running away from something, fleeing something, sabotaging something so that things can be rebuilt. Like you're tired of things being the way that they were, so change is happening. The message says to grow from it, so there's an energy of like emotion of growth that's going on. So like I said, it's complementing that energy of like, oh, I'm so over it, and it's like you're over it because you're meant to grow from it. Okay, so you may be seeing 1010, 1001, that represents cycle completion. Any 000s represent a new beginning and a reset. Okay, so I'm also seeing the emotion for you to feel satisfied, for you not to feel anxious or have anxiety or be paranoid about anything, and also for you not to feel alone. There was one of those messages that came through for this read. It was saying, you know how they say misery loves company, and I don't think that is necessarily that misery loves company. I think that it's just like you wouldn't be miserable if you're in the company of someone that you enjoy spending time with. So what would actually make you miserable is being alone. So it's a little bit of, you know, like I said, like I say sometimes in the videos, like it's multiple sides to one coin, so take it how it resonates. If you're not familiar with how it is that I do my reads, I do them based on time that has been offered or is available to me for me to be able to share the message with you, so thank you. The time that have been offered to me is the Judgment card. So with the Judgment card, it is being thank you. It is being received as glorious, magnificent, delightful, radiant, shining, glowing, and sparkling, and also lively. And the energy that I'm seeing you in for the cycle of the read is the King of Pentacles energy. With this King of Pentacles energy, it is someone, you, obviously, that is making good financial decisions. Like you're making investments, and you don't have to be a male or a female, the gender is not specific, though this is someone that's very smart about how they spend their money. You have like a good income, more than enough money that you're making so that you're comfortable, even to the point where you're charitable in how it is that you spend your money. Okay, definitely not someone that's stingy. You are being received in this energy is very spiritual though. Religious or supernatural is how people are receiving you in this King of Pentacles energy. Also not repulsive, not crazy or radical or anything like that. Just faithful and financially free. So I'm seeing you as like financially secure and faithful. Okay, so during the cycle of this read, I only have one card for you, and that is the Moon energy. So with the Moon energy, it is a representation of you reflecting on your memories and the emotions that are associated with those memories. Okay, I am seeing that you're hardworking, and you could just be, like I said, going over that will to speak things out, say how it is that you feel, understanding the abundance that's destined for you, and also like it says, like Spirit of True Self is saying for you to, like, pushing you into forming an alliance with nature, because by the way of the moon energy, you're already connected. You're being received in this energy is like very diligent, hardworking. I'm seeing like a classic man, classic woman. Like, you come across very timeless in people's eyes, or like the time that you spend with them, the memories that you made with them, like you're almost irreplaceable. And you're also being received as like mystical, spiritual in this energy. So good for you. Then you're also coming through as like not shocking. So it's not shocking that you would be in an energy like this, where you are reflecting on your memories and the emotions that are associated with those memories. So you could be going through like your cycle right now as well, if you are female. So take it as it resonates, okay? Like I did say, you are learning some lessons about earthquakes and rain and dark alleys, things that you shouldn't be doing. So take that as it resonates, okay? Let's talk about your future. The first thing that I'm seeing for your future is the Tower in reverse. This is a representation of crisis averted. You dodged some bullets. Good for you. Okay? So with this crisis averted energy, that is something that I'm kind of seeing with the runner's energy. Like, whatever issues that you had, or the reason why you ran away or you left, or you're letting go of something, I'm seeing that you fleeing from that dark alley, whatever it is based on your perception because you experienced it. It's the reason why your crisis has been averted. Whether if it's a mental crisis, a spiritual crisis, an emotional crisis, a financial crisis, however it played out in your life, even a physical crisis, take it as it resonates. Since you had the strength and the ability to walk away, or the willingness to walk away, you may have felt like at the time that you were sabotaging things. So everything that you're doing is divine and perfect timing, and it's all still going according to God's plan regardless of, you know what I mean? So I'm just seeing like God is working on you, right? So in this instance, the style and the way in which you do things, where your ego is seeking security, the Spirit of True Self is still saying, this is not a spam call. This is a real calling. Like, God is not trying to control you. God is calling you into your power, okay? So crisis averted, right? In the future, you're being received as like very exquisite, very essential. You're in like a divine masculine, divine feminine energy because you answered your calling. And I see that you will be in the justice energy. With this justice energy, you are being received as reflective and polished and gleaming, which is so funny because the energy and the time that was offered to me was glorious and radiant and gleaming judgment. And for you in the future, your justice is shiny and polished. Let me see the synchronicities there. So then, good for you. So then with your justice, it is being received as like very clear and genuine, okay? Then as far into your future as I can see is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a representation of, if you got your heart broken, then with that butterfly energy, it's a time for the next phase to evolve and let go of the past. So with the Three of Swords energy, it's like showing that you're healing from some type of heartbreak. Especially, like I said, with that butterfly energy, it says that you're healing from childhood wounds. You are being received in this energy as very inspirational, brilliant, wise, intelligent, incredible. Like, people are looking up to you. You're inspiring. You're not insulting anyone, even as you may have incurred those wounds during your childhood. I'm hearing like that saying, don't bleed on the people that didn't cut you, something like that, right? So in this Three of Swords energy, I'm seeing like that kind of quote go with you being in this energy. Like, you're inspiring people, you're not bleeding all over them. Because you recognize and you have the maturity within you that says, these folks didn't hurt me. You know what I mean? Also, like, spiritual maturity for you to be able to manage and understand your emotions, the defense mechanisms that they are, and why they do what they do, why they are what they are. Being in an energy of acceptance of that, knowing when to speak out, knowing how to use the right words. Because another thing about using the right words is what I'm also seeing, remember, with the emotions, is saying I'm really trying to find the right words to tell you this, right? So you could be trying to find the right words to tell someone something in regard to maybe how it is that you got your heart broken, or how you healed from it, or just trying to find ways to communicate in a more effective and healthy and more mature way. Okay? So, Gemini, that is all that I'm seeing for you during the cycle of this read. I want to thank you all so much for joining me, and I love you all so much, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye.